Hey, what's up, good people? Welcome back to Stock Up with Larry Jones. A lot going on. There's a lot of red everywhere. There's red everywhere, good people. It is what it is, all right? Hey, today is brought to you by Stock Up You. We'll talk about that later. We got a lot to get into. That's going to be the top link below. Well, let's get right into it. As we could see, good people, no one has a crystal ball. We know that Apple and Amazon are reporting at closing bell. And as we could see, it's a sea of red. A sea of red. S&P down 1.74%, 95 points. NASDAQ is down 482 points. The Dow is at the time of recording this, negative 641. Look at that. Just an absolute bloodbath, right? Then we have crypto. Absolute bloodbath. Just red all over the place. Okay. So what I'm going to talk about is prepare for the worst. Now, a lot of people think that that's negative. It's not. All right. If you have a plan, days like these, they may concern you. My main portfolio is down by a lot of money today, just like those of you that have big portfolios. Okay. So it's down by a lot. But yesterday it was up by a lot. This is the cost of doing business. This is part of the game, right? So we got everything coming down right now. Of course, we got Apple and Amazon still to report, and they are negative. You could also see Microsoft is negative to flat. So I should say flat to negative. Even Tesla is down. Look at that, 5.68%. NVIDIA is down. Look at that. NVIDIA's down by 7%. NVIDIA's 108. And so it is just really not good. A day after the Fed held his position and did not decrease interest rates. Okay. So now there could be one of two things going on, or both, or one or the other, or both. All right. Let's just keep it going. So we see that there is a sell-off. There's no doubt about it. The stock that are yet to report are both down by 2%. The overall stock market is down. Look at this. Now, here's what I want you to look at. I got the Vanguard total stock market, and then I have the S&P 500, right? Right. So if we look for the last week, we're not down much, good people, right? If we look over the last month, we're not down 1%. And so remember, in an election year since 1949, there's usually a drawdown, right? From June all the way down to October and then back up in November. That does not mean it's going to happen this time, but we could be at the beginning stages of that being a part of this. We know that big tech earnings is everything right now, and earnings are not looking good, right? They're not looking good. Even when there's a beat, the stock is not operating. We have priced in a lot of things in this market. Sometimes the market could be priced to perfection, okay? And that's what we don't want. So let's just take this off. So I just wanted to show you over the last month, we're not down. Look at this. Over the last 6 months, we're still up 10%. Look at that. We're still up 10% overall stock market, and year to date, we're still up. So this is not the end of the world. The year to date, we're still up around 14%. You can see that, right? Between the S&P and the total stock market. So it's not a time for panic. It's just not. It's a time to know what's going on. But here is one of the things that does concern. Gold hit an all-time high. Look at this. Gold prices climb above 24.50 as Fed signals likely rate cuts. All right. And so, yeah, when gold goes up, that means it's a lot of fear in the market. Let's just keep it real. People are fearing that the market is a selling off. All right. And let me refresh this because I'm trying to keep an eye on this. Okay. Look at that. The Dow is going down. The Dow will be negative 700 before the day is over. And look at the NASDAQ, just totally, continually dropping. All right, now we're down 500 points on the NASDAQ, and the S&P is down 100 points, right? And so now there's a lot of fear going on. And we some people want to know, is this a buying opportunity? You know, I can't tell you it's a buying opportunity. I can only tell you that this is the time for a long position. Even the Russell is negative today. Okay. Even the Russell 2000 is negative today. Small caps. Okay. Let me put this in. Let's look at the Russell. You know what? Let me compound this. All right. Here we go. So if we look, the Russell is actually down more than the S&P and NASDAQ. Look at that. So the small cap, the rotation that we are in is actually down more today. Look at that. So a lot of people, you're going to see a lot of talking heads talk about false starts and that type of deal. The Fed still is most likely to cut in September. So this one day does not overly concern me, because I'm showing you guys, look at that. I'm just showing you guys what is happening with the overall market, right? And not just a few stock, right? So here's what I want you guys to think about. What is your long play? What is your long position? If you think that things are going to sell off, because I still don't think the market is going to sell off in an election year before the election, regardless of who's the incumbent and regardless of who's going to be elected. They're just a sitting president is just not going to let the market collapse. And you may say, like I used to say, well, the president doesn't control that. Okay. All right. So what I'm saying is make your long-term plans, because at the end of the day, some of these periods between now and October are going to present buying opportunities. If the status since 1949 that the market goes back up in November, if that holds true, then even if you're going to take a haircut, anything I say is not a suggestion for you to buy, hold, or sell, then the haircut for me will be in November after the election. That's when the haircut will be for me. All right. So I could buy at these lower ranges. I'm not really buying much today because I bought on the last dip. But September, October, I'm looking to buy. And then come November, I'm going to take a haircut. Even on my dollar cost average, even on my long-term portfolios, I am going to lock in some profits. Now we can see the semiconductors are absolutely taking a bath. It is not good what the semis are doing. The semis are just selling off. There again, at some point, this will be a buying opportunity. I just don't see it now. I believe the semis, as you guys know, I'm literally just buying in very, very small amounts. I believe the semis have more to go down, but we need to see what's going to happen. When you have NVIDIA down, look at this. NVIDIA is down by 8% today. NVIDIA is now 107, right? And if NVIDIA truly has a moat around it, then, you know, like AMD, Taiwan, look at this. Broadcom, they're going down by the most, right? They're right there with NVIDIA, should I say. So buying the dip every time, you're going to run out of money. So you have to have a long-term strategy, okay? Now let's cover crypto for a little while. Now we see that it is an absolute bloodbath. Everything is red. Okay, on the hour, you got a few, but they're not the ones that everybody is in. Maybe a little render, but that's it, okay? But we can see that is down, and it has underperformed for the entire month, right? And so what I'm going to tell you guys is what I've been saying and I've been holding true. And that is that we are range bound. We are just range bound. I'm going to come back to the stocks. We are just range bound. Remember, a few days ago, we were just on the 29th, we were at 70. And now we're at 62.9, right? But at the end of the day, we're just range bound. And I believe that this is going to happen all summer. So again, here's what I do. The RSI, which is the relative strength index. Okay. If you don't know what that is, it's about right here. Just draw this range and just do the halfway point. So when I'm under 50 on the RSI, I buy $150 a day. All right. And then when I'm above, I only buy $50 a day. So for some people, this may be $15 a week. And then this may be $5 a week if you can't do daily. Understand? So when it's above 50%, I'm buying 1/3, right, of my daily, weekly, or monthly purchases on all crypto. But when it's under the 50, that's when I go in heavy. So I buy heavy when the RSI is under 50, and I buy very lightly when it's above. That's what I'm doing. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm sharing with you what Larry Jones is doing with his portfolio. Anything I say is not a suggestion for you to buy, hold, or sell. This means altcoins. This means meme coins, just alike. And so I haven't changed this. This is the same. We are range bound, and we will be range bound until something happens, like true interest rate cuts by the Fed, right? Starting in September and maybe December again. All right. So that's what I wanted to talk to you about. What is your all-time goal? What is your long goal? For those of you that don't have any long goals, then I'm suggesting that you do. What I mean by get some blue chip stock and get some long term, meaning you're going to hold it at least 7 to 10 years at this point. Just at least 7 to 10 years. So regardless of what comes in the near future, whether it's a correction or a crash, right? It doesn't matter if you're going to hold 10 years and buy when it dips hard and hold when it runs up, and just continue to do that. So yes, I dollar cost average, but I have a ton of dry powder, like I've shared with you guys, in all of my portfolios. And I actually have more in cash now. And what I do is when they tank, when they absolute tank, that's when I go in heavy. And so the money that I continue to put in my portfolios, I do it at the same rate, whether the market is high or low, but I don't disperse it all. Okay. Some of you guys think that you got to have all your money working for you at all times. Well, when the market is as frothy as it is right now, that's not so. And so I don't deploy all of my capital right now. I just keep it in reserve. And like I've been saying, for months now, I'm only going in with 25% and I'm saving 75%. And then on days like this is when I look to actually buy. All right. So that's what I'm going to leave you guys with. Let's just take one more look. As we could see, look at that. The Dow is on its way to 700 again. NASDAQ is now down 513 and the S&P 103. So the market is definitely selling off in fear of what's going to happen here. Now I had, Apple, I'll tell you with Apple, it's going to be on phone sales. Let's just look at this really quick. So this is what's going to move Apple positive or negative. Apple's earnings on deck, and Wall Street is ready to see how the iPhone markets results. Okay. The bottom line is, are they going to sell more? Did they sell more? Or did they sell less? Apple is expected to report physical adjusted earnings rose 6.3% year over year to 1.34 a share, and revenue growth by 3.2% to 84.4 billion. Right? According to analysts surveyed by FactSet, a year ago, the company reported $1.26 a share in earnings on revenue and 81.8 billion, right? So 84.4 billion, okay, to 81.8 billion. So we need to see. Wall Street sees iPhone sales decreasing by 2.6% to 38.6 billion in the quarter as consumer weakness and competition in China continues to hit demand, right? And so that is what's going on. It is not looking bullish for Apple. We just don't know. So here's a concern with Amazon, and it's the money spent. With worries mounting about overspending on artificial intelligence, AI, Amazon, right, investing will be closely eyeing how much cash the e-commerce and cloud computing giant is pouring into technology. So that's the big concern about Amazon, right? And then you can go on to read the rest. But we will know in a few hours. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know what's going to happen to both of these companies. But the reason I'm making this video is for you to look at the long term and see and establish your long-term positions. I don't care if you're just crypto people. I don't care if you just do options, you just do the Qs, you just do the SPY. I'm challenging you to start setting some long-term positions that you're going to hold or have 10 years from now. And not just ETFs, but I want you to start looking at some of these companies as AI is going to be massively bigger than what it is today. And I believe that if you don't partake in some of it now, whether it's, big tech or whether it's the semiconductors, which they're all taking a bloodbath today, I challenge you to look at the future and see everything that's going on. Meta, when you use it, you see it now. AI comes up. Even when Taco Bell now, drive-through, AI recognition. Yes, it doesn't work good. Yes, it's taking jobs away. But if it's taking your job away, then make some money off of it. All right. That's what I'm going to leave you guys with. Hey, this is brought to you by Stock Up View. It is the top link below. Listen, learn and earn. Don't wait. Invest in yourself first. And you have crypto in there too. Everything you need to know really about crypto is in this chapter. And then all of us are helping you to become a better investor. Okay. This is going to help you with trading and investing. All right. So let's see what these companies are going to do at closing, and let's see what this week brings as big tech is not doing well so far. But we live to trade again another day. We'll see you tomorrow. Live, love, laugh, and learn.